Hello guys, so it is gist o'clock. Um, Welcome back to my channel. A lot has been happening in court these days. But first of all, Section 74 Sub 1 of the Electoral Act 2022 states that a resident electoral commissioner of a state is supposed, upon 14 days of application by any party, make available to such party certified true copies of the documentation as requested for by that party. Now, Section 74, Sub 2 states that failure for that electoral commissioner of that state to make such copies available upon the expiration of 14 days shall face the penalty of the law, which includes 12 months imprisonment or a fine of 2 million or both. You understand? Now, a lot has been happening. Just a sneak peek on AWS, because we had a witness from the Amazon Web Service, the person of Clarita, and she said something that there was no glitch. And now I'm wondering, before we go into the crux of the matter, so there was no glitch in uploading the House of Reps and the House of Senate, the results from there. Now, that particular network issue happened everywhere, guys. Everywhere in the country experienced network issues for the presidential alone. And then thirdly, they told them to upload the results offline, and then when network comes, that result will be uploaded. But till today, if my memory serves me correctly, I think we're still having network problems because none of these results have been uploaded, or not all the results for the presidential have been uploaded. just click on that link, really. I can't talk too much. Welcome back to my channel. If you're just joining me, I say welcome to you. And if you have been joining, I say welcome to you as well. Good to see you. Thank you so much. Now back to the gist. So I started by quoting Section 74. But before then, let me just go chronologically about like what happened in court today. So we remember yesterday we had to stand down the witness for LP. That's the seventh witness for LP, because there was really no need to have anything to do with her yesterday, because they complained about the whole cross-examination, that they couldn't cross-examine her because they didn't have everything that they needed to do the cross-examination. So we had to stand down that witness for today. So she came in today. Her name is Clarita. Like I said yesterday, she's an engineer and an architect for AWS. So they did their cross-examination. They asked like some questions pertaining to her credibility, the fact that she contested for House of Rep and that she sued INEC because INEC failed to include her name or something, and all of that, because she won her primaries. But I was wondering, like, I'm trying to think for them, what is this going? Are they trying to play the role of being vindictive, that, okay, because you didn't win, that's why you're coming here to come and talk, And I just like the fact that the witness was very focused. Now, this is a warning, not just to lawyers, but if you have a case, be very careful who you bring in as a witness. Make sure that witness is prepped properly, to come in and testify, because the truth is that, if that person is not prepped properly, that person might be misled to answer questions that would indict the person, questions or give answers that would, make your case bad, spoil your case, or discredit whatever you have been trying to build. Because sometimes they'll be asking you yes or no. So if you know that answer cannot necessarily be yes, and if you say no, it is, going to scatter everything, just tell them, I can explain. This is not a time to prep people on how to answer questions, but I would say she really did a very good job. She came in to explain the whole process, and I think the only re-examination for her was what is the meaning of API, which is I've talked about it before, application program interface. if you check, I don't know, one of the recordings, I could drop the link, or you could, if you ask for it, you could send me a message, and then I'll send that particular. I explained everything to you. So now the truth is, Amazon, they provide a platform. They give you the network, or they provide an avenue for you to be able to, to have your APIs and all of that. But you, as an individual, you are responsible for the maintenance. And according to the witness, she said a glitch is usually detected say, during testing, not when it is the actual hosting, or that when you finally want to use it. So there's some, just the same way when you go for weddings, before your wedding day, you may decide to, or your party, not necessarily a wedding, you may decide to, test you go for wine testing. Okay, oh, I don't like it, it's too strong. Oh, I think maybe you should add this or that. That's how it is here. They did the testing, they were sure of what they were bringing to the table. So it's not like, it was new. So I don't understand why, if there was no glitch during the testing, what would then now have happened? And I think they made mention of several occasions where Amazon have had like glitches in the past. And she told them, she said, the last time we ever recorded any glitch was in 2021 December. 2021 December. And you did the testing. You understand? So definitely there was no glitch. And she said the platform, it's one particular platform for all of the customers. Yeah. So it's just like you have your own space. It's just like Salesforce. Salesforce is big. It's now you that will customize what you want to have on Salesforce. For those of us who understand what Salesforce is, I don't want to bore you, but it's just like, how do I explain it now? Okay. For example, a marketplace. Let's say the market is called Efuru Market, for example. Efuru in Warri area, Luna. So let's say that marketplace. Now you buy a space in that market. It's now dependent on you what you want to put in there. You can tell them, okay, I want to put this, put that, put that. The market people are just to provide that avenue, or the owner of that particular area is to provide the landscape for you. Okay, this centimeter by this centimeter, you'll be paying this amount, you'll be maintaining the store yourself, but it is under Efun. Do you understand? So that's how the platform works, So INEC, they were supposed to maintain that. Now, the only fear I'm having is if they come up with an internal problem, say, okay, it was a glitch that was internal, because Amazon's own was to supply the platform and, of course, the necessary network and everything else. And if Amazon is saying we didn't have any problem, providing the web services, the computing service, there was no glitch from our own end, will INEC not come up to say, oh, from our own end, there was a problem? Because according to what I heard from a trusted source is they literally changed the password, which would have allowed for the easy upload of all of this information. The password was changed, guys. It was changed. See, honestly, guys, I'm angry. I'm not happy, to be fair. Like, why are they taking us for fools in this country? You make people to spend millions and billions of naira. You make the government monies that would have been put into, poverty alleviation scheme. That is if it gets to the people, the grassroots. You spend such amount of money, and then you decide to waste it by all of the efforts. You make the public believe that, oh, this time around, we're going all digital, all technological. Everything is on AWS, the trusted cloud computing service ever, because the cloud trail, according to what the witness said today, is not only for INEC alone. Every other person, every other customer, and for that day, it was only INEC. Now, the interesting part about the problem INEC seemingly said they have experienced is that, even the blind can see, okay, the problem did not happen for the House of Rep and the House of Senate. This same problem did not happen, for the gubernatorial elections. We didn't have that problem for the gubernatorial. Now, this network problem, at least when you say there's no network, Benin may have network. Warri may have network. Maybe Lagos will not have. Abuja may not have. Now, this network problem was everywhere. And the network problem was only the presidential. Okay, you said they should do an offline upload, and that when network is restored, they will have an online one. Now, they did an offline one until today. We as the public, what was the idea of IREV? The idea of IREV was to ensure that people, the public, that, the voting, whatever results that have been collated, should be made available to the public so that people can see for themselves what they have voted for. Honestly, Mombino, I'm not happy. I'm down. Like, I just want to just make you understand what's happening here, guys. They made it in such a way, like it was done in such a way that, it becomes public information. But till today, how many of you have access to IREV? And how many of the results have been uploaded? Or do we still have the network problem? Because the gubernatorial elections have come and gone, yeah? Do we still have that network problem? Guys, it's just sad that we have educated people and they're just, dribbling us like balls. Like it's just looking really, it's crazy, guys. It's crazy. I just thank God for the lady because they kept, trying to puncture. One thing with cross examination though is you're trying to establish something about the person's, the personality of the witness. And number two, you're trying to discredit whatever testimony she's giving. So it's a two-way thing. Although she kept directing them to focus on the case because they were like, who won the presidential or who won the gubernatorial elections for Cross River State because you're from there? I said, I don't know. But who is the president of the US? So if she knows the president of the US, it doesn't mean, like right now, I don't even know who is contesting in Edo State. That one is common knowledge. So you cannot even say because I do not know, because that should be part of the reason why you're driving to that area. So it's a painful thing, talking about this whole AWS thing, because we know, like, it is crystal clear that there was not a problem. Like, I'm trying to understand what these lawyers are doing in court, because this case will only fail based on technicalities. Now, this brings me to the second thing that happened in court. Remember yesterday they cried about the whole subpoena, how this subpoena has become a problem because they have not been able to serve the subpoena on INEC so that they will be able to come to court, and it has become a very serious issue. Remember, that was why I quoted section 74 sub 1 and 2 earlier. Now, it's oh God, like, chai. Now, there was a lady who came to court today, I think Ronkeji, who represented Mahmoud Yakub. She came to court today and she was saying that they only have the documents for Abuja, but they don't have the documents for other parts. Now, my question is, this person was declared a winner in Abuja here. So which results or which documents did you use, Yakub Mahmoud, to declare this person a winner if you still till today do not have in your possession all of the documents? The documents are still sitting with the resident electoral commissioners of the states. Like, how does that make sense? This election was conducted in February. You announced March 1st a winner. Now, we're in June, yeah? You still do not have in your possession the documents. So what did you use to declare him a winner? What did you use? Because I'm so upset. And now, you're quoting section 158 and 160 stating that there are so many reasons why I will not bring those documents. Like, now, something interesting is not happening, with the judges, because I'm sorry to say, I'm a lawyer, and I'm supposed to respect, the sanctity and protect the sanctity of the court. But I'm going to say this. I don't know what the lawyers are, I don't know what the judges are doing right now. Like, this week, things have changed. After that threat on illegality, as announced by Bola Ahmed Tinubu on Democracy Day, June 12th, things have just changed in the court. Whether they've gone to threaten them or I don't know, whether they've given them money as usual from the money bag, the narcotic inclined president, I do not know. But what's happening right now is really funny, because now we see him, we see the judges, acting funny, being very, very unkind to the LP, the Labour Party councils. In fact, Levi Uzoku, if not because he had even cried out yesterday to even tell the court that, see, we've been trying to serve on Yakub Mahmoud this subpoena, but he's refusing us giving him this subpoena. I don't know what's happening, if not because They did that. Then miraculously today we have a representative of INEC in court. A representative of INEC chairman in court today in the person of Rune KJ. And I'm like, why is he? You can't be too busy now. If you were busy before elections, now you should be taking a nap. Maybe you're done. And then they said that any documents that they want to release to LP, according to them, Yakub Mahmoud said he must have authorized the release of these documents. And if you follow on all of the proceedings, even during the pre-hearing, Levi Uzoku had equally mentioned that we've been trying to serve or collect these documents. INEC has been frustrating our effort. Now, the documents that they brought to court today, notice that the certified true copies have been signed since 29th of May. So don't you see that there's a scheme that is devised to frustrate the effort of this petition in every sense? Because LP has only 3 days left to prove their case and call the requisite witnesses and admit evidence. And the judges, there was something funny that happened in court today, and it was really sad. Like, a lot of people are down because now eyes are on the judiciary. And I don't think they are looking. They want to now push, they want to accuse LP of being the problem, being the cause of whatever it is that is going on. I don't know why they are doing that. I don't know why. Because the judge was making a statement like, Levi, what do you want us to do in this instance? Now that you said, you are trying to serve them, even the bail leave that was supposed to, serve on the on INEC, he was supposed to come and testify in court that he had made several attempts to serve on them, but they have been evading service. But they didn't even give them the opportunity to call on that guy, the bailiff, to come and explain himself or herself. So now back to the issue. Now the court was talking to Levi like, hey, what do you now want us to do? Okay, but you know that you're supposed to bring an application. And I'm like, but this has been the music since that. My lord, INEC just released this document to us to bring. My lord, INEC just brought this to us now. That's why we are tendering it in court today. We did not even have enough time. So that's why we had a lot of amendment to the document schedule. Do you remember when this case started, even during the pre-hearing and even the hearing? I hear it was like music in my ear. I was like, but why? So now that it's towards the end, now the judges suddenly are saying, why don't you bring an application? See, we have over 20 SANs, over 20 senior advocates of Nigeria dealing with this issue. So there is no way, I say it again, there is no way that these people would, there's no way that they would not know that, okay, I'm supposed to bring an application to punish INEC. We are not looking for punishment for INEC. We want those documents because those documents are key factors to what happened to the 25th of February 2023 presidential elections. Because it's very simple example. I was listening to someone and she said something. She said, if you did not do an assignment and you come to school, the teacher will only flog you. The assignment is gone. Like, nobody will ask you. Most times, 9 out of 10 times, that's the end. They will now tell you, okay, this fresh one, make sure you submit to. But that's not what LP wants. Because if we begin that application now, 14 days, that's the end. Okay, by the time it's 14 days, the protection or the preservation of the rest, which is the subject matter, is already gone because the pre-hearing or the hearing is over. PPT ends on the 23rd of June, in case you don't know now. So why would they be talking about application? Are the judges not aware that application is to no end? It's not about the punishment of INEC. It has happened before. What is 2 million that they cannot pay? Because most times the judge will just tell them, okay, pay the 2 million. You see that's 12 months going to court for. They will not even go. Somebody said a lot of them are even used to going to court for Tinubu or going to jail, for Tinubu. I beg, let me just go. And then you get paid handsomely and you're taken care of for 12 months. No stress. Because they know it's not your cross. That's not why we're here. So I am very sure that LP lawyers are very slow to making that move of, asking for a punishment. Even though we know that for subpoena, failure to come to court, it will be treated as contempt of court, and there are punishments, laid down procedures for such punishment to be effected. We don't want to punish INEC. We need those documents because that is the onus upon which the proof of the case for LP lies. It's the onus, guys. It's the onus. So, well, they brought in some documents today, the so-called Abuja documents. So, but I mean, LP, they said we need to look at it. We cannot just tender them from the bar. When I say tender from the bar, remember I said it's the lawyer they are the ones that are gonna just tender it because it's a public document. So they have the right to tender from the bar. But Uzoku said, no, we need to look at what you have brought. So now the case is becoming really, really. Yesterday, the court, they were praying to God. It's only God. And then today, we see a different thing. They are now trying to cajole because they've gone online now. People are angry. They're like, no, 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 no. This is injustice. I heard a lot of people were murmuring, even in court today, that what was this judge saying? Like, kilo de, kilo so. What was he saying? So the truth is, just pray because the judges are beginning to sound funny so that they will not say, oh, based on you didn't have enough time to prove your case, we cannot hold anything to say INEC did not do their job. Sorry, this case is gone. Well, it is well. Don't forget that for Supreme Court, there is no admissibility of evidence, like you're bringing fresh documents. That's what I mean. It will be based on the train of thoughts or the trail of thoughts put together by the judges here. Justice Ada, Justice Samani, Justice Ugo. It's their trail of thoughts plus the written submission. It's called a final written address, which will happen later on. That's why when they keep saying objection, objection, it's called this address thing that they want to come and now try to sway the courts for and against. That is what. And of course, with the evidence that had already been submitted to the Court of Appeal, that is where the judge or the Supreme Court will base their judgment. Remember, the court is not a Father Christmas. The court will only give judgment or take decisions based on the evidence before her. You see how interesting it's becoming now. We have 3 days, guys. 3 days to prove our case. I don't know what's going to happen, though. Sorry I took your time, but this ranting was needed. It was needed. May God help us to prove this case. Till then, don't forget to follow me on all of my social media handles. If you've not been doing that, please do so. I love you guys. And yeah, continue to pray for Nigeria. It is well. Have a lovely evening. Bye.